This episode of Clear Shots is presented by the Impulse Podcast Network. Check out impulsepodcasts.com for more info.
Welcome to the Clear Shots Podcast with Seth Skinner and Jake Jones.
I feel like foreign cars, like not even foreign cars, the only cars that always look cool is like cars that neither of us are ever going to be able to drive.
Yep.
And maybe that's another part of it, is like, I bet that there's people that can afford Lamborghinis and shit like that. And they're just like, eh.
I mean, you
like,
can make... it takes work though, like, but you could get a car that like you could get like a cheap old car that's like a decent car and soup it up and like make it look okay. Yeah. It's just that it takes work, you know.
No, but I feel like,
and it's also hard to not make it look like you're a complete and total tool. You know what I mean?
No,
True. There's only so much like shenanigans grade bullshit that you can put onto your car before you start looking like a
you
fucking
start putting
lunatic.
these body kits on it. And
no, I
like
just feel like
wings
there's a something attached to the luxury of having a car like that too that just makes them seem like maybe it's the name of the car rather than what the car looks like.
Oh, certainly. Like
Yeah.
most of the time, it's the brand.
Yeah, you can't buy a fucking Tesla for less than $30,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and it's supposed to be like, oh, this is the solution to like our carbon footprint, but most people who need to drive a car can't afford one. You know, so it's absolute fucking bullshit. Like it's all attached to the name and the luxury of the vehicle itself.
I mean, there are vehicles that you're buying just for the like interior and like the luxury and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like a
like the
Mercedes or
smoothness of
something.
the drive and
Right.
like
Yeah.
BMW.
Infinities are nice.
Yeah. How often do you see an Infinity though? Not very often.
My mom
really.
drove an Infinity for years, and now I exclusively see that car. Like, you just notice that, you know what I mean?
I know absolutely fuck all about
Like,
cars.
every time I see every time I see like a white Silverado, I immediately think it's Vinny. Immediately. But I see them all the time now because I'm always like, is that Vinny? And then you're like kind of logging it in your head.
I'll see a dark purple SUV and I'll think it's my mom all the time. Like a 2004 like dark purple SUV.
Yeah.
You
Mom?
know, like the soft edges. I'm like, oh my god, is that my mom?
Yeah, well,
But-
it is.
And it's like, you know, you just associate that with like
It
people
is.
that you know.
Dude, that's a thing too. Like, you definitely associate vehicles with like people because
Yeah.
you see them like because that's just their car and like you associate it with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a weird thing, and it's hard too. Once someone gets a new car, you like can't really figure it out for a little while.
Yeah. They just immediately go incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stealth mode. You just get like a passport and a new ID and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a new life when you get a new car.
It is a new life. It's a totally new life.
I'll tell you, it was definitely fucking mind blowing to have a backup cam for the first time in my life, like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
That was a paradigm shift for me because I'd keep backing out like without
Backing up,
looking behind
Backing
me
up.
all the time. Like I was just like, I gotta get to work. Yeah, but like.
Yeah.
You know,
You're like, there's probably nobody behind me.
But now it's like, you know, I look down and I'm like, oh, there's like 14 cars heading this way.
It's
Like,
great because like you don't have to turn your head. You know what I mean? And like that's an American thing. Like you don't want
Yes,
to turn your
I
head.
don't want to expend any energy in
Right,
my
you
car.
have to conserve it so that you can use it to serve this country by working, being a working class citizen. You know,
Eat more McDonald's.
and yes, and
Tell
also
them
eat more.
Cactus Jack.
Well,
say.
did have the spicy chicken McNuggets today. They're not great.
No?
They're not
No,
great.
I don't imagine they would be.
No, they're not great. You're better off just getting the regular McNuggets. I'm not gonna lie.
Do they do buffalo McNuggets? I know you can get buffalo dipping sauce, but I don't
They have,
understand why they don't do buffalo McNuggets.
There's like a new sauce too, right? Isn't there like
Didn't
a
they have
hot
the
sauce?
Buffalo McChicken for a while? I feel like you could still do that.
That'd be amazing.
It was
probably could.
really good.
They have a spicy
I'm pretty
McChicken
sure
for sure.
I did have it. Yeah, they've always had the spicy McChicken.
Anyway, welcome to the Clear Shots podcast.
Hi.
My name is Seth Ruiner Skinner.
Ruin it.
My name is Jake Boyhood Jones.
I like that one.
Dude, you can't put me on this. I can't come up with.
I
a
feel like
cool
I've used that
fucking
one
middle
before.
name.
You just look around.
I'm Jake Dad Behr.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
You kind of like sometimes I just look around and then I go, oh, chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chill is a good
Seth
nickname.
Chill. That actually does sound like your 90s radio host. Like,
Yeah. Chill. Chill in the morning.
welcome to W109. I am Seth Chill.
Dude.
You're listening to Dingo and the Baby.
Yeah, and then it's a bunch of sound effects and shit. What the fuck?
Like a
Why?
slide whistle. Like,
Always a slide whistle.
Did I tell you guys what I did for the first time this past week since the last episode aired?
Okay, well, also, we're going back to spicy stuff. I gotta go back to spicy stuff, too.
I thought we were starting the show. I thought we were.
Well, yeah, all of
We
it.
did a cold open.
We're on a roll right
We
now.
usually don't. No, we did this once before, and
At some point-
he didn't keep it.
At some point, you guys are eating peppers. I do have peppers.
Yeah.
Are they very spicy?
Ideally.
Now, they're gonna kill you.
Okay.
They're gonna kill you. Just so you know, they're gonna kill you.
Okay.
Because they killed me. And I was like, oh. That doing that kind of thing. The hiccup type
What
thing.
kind of peppers?
So, you're not supposed to eat them.
Oh my god.
But I have these
So that's why
peppers.
you said they're gonna kill you 4 times.
They're out there on the balcony. It's a little plant, right? You can pick your own peppers.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat them.
On the show?
Yeah, but you're not gonna.
There's
wanna.
no way I'm doing that. There's no fucking chance I'm shitting my pants on
You
your show.
might.
I'm
you
just not
might
gonna
have
do
to.
that.
Just take a little one, a little bite.
Little baby boy.
Yeah.
What kind of peppers are they? I want a pepper.
Are they ghost peppers?
They're. Well, you're not supposed to eat them.
What's the step after ghost? That's the kind of pepper they
They're
are.
ornamental peppers, I
They're
guess.
ornamental.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat them.
I like.
You can eat them.
This is styrofoam.
I mean, oh my god, man, they're hot. And if it's one of those things. It's a challenge. You gotta eat a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Just a little one. Man, dude, I took a bigger bite than I expected though, because we have them at work. That's where I got it, and I mean, I took a pretty solid bite out of it. They're just little things, but I was like, instantly, I was in shock. I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. This is really bad. And I had no beverages nearby, so that was a problem too. But it gives you the hiccups if you get too.
Yeah. Because your body doesn't know what to do.
Your body's
You're
like,
just
this is not
fucking
good.
Terrified.
You're not supposed to eat these.
Like your entire fucking chest cavity is in revolt.
Yeah, it's cool. I love it. It's really cool. It's a thing you got to go through like once in a while. You got to
I've done it.
you got to bring yourself back down to earth once in a while.
Yeah. You just you got to reacquaint yourself with the coldness of the grave, or the heat,
Or the heat of the grave.
It
does get hot down there.
as graves are wont to be.
See, I don't know. That's the thing is, your body temperature probably makes it nice and warm down there.
I want to eat one, but I know that I'm gonna try my best to like tough it out, and then it's just gonna make it
Did
worse.
he say what kind of peppers they were? I
They're
don't
ornamental.
Ornamental.
Oh,
so they're like
they're straight up called ornamental.
They're like-
I thought you meant like they were just meant to be ornaments.
No,
like
no,
you're
no.
actually not supposed to eat
No,
them.
they're like cayenne peppers.
Oh.
Well, you're not supposed to eat them though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest eating them.
I thought I've
But I
never
am
heard of
suggesting-
ornamental peppers before. I
No,
thought they
because
were like
you're not supposed to eat them.
they were I thought they were Christmas decorations. That's,
No, they're like ornamental.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I thought it was a bit. That's a real thing. I could have been Googling this.
Yeah, they're like over twice as hot as a jalapeno.
Oh.
Is that what you
Yeah,
did?
I'm not
Google
doing
it?
that.
Did you Google it?
I Google it.
Yeah, they're fucking hot. Holy shit.
Yeah. You're only supposed to cook with them. You're not supposed to.
I've eaten the peppers that are in like the Chinese food. Like there's always like one weird little fucking shriveled up.
Oh.
I feel like
pepper off to
that's
the
a cayenne
side.
pepper, isn't
They
it?
always throw
Or a
one
chili
in there,
pepper?
dude. And it's almost like they're trying to catch you off guard,
Yeah.
Like they're trying to like
you could accidentally eat it.
yeah,
It's like
that's
a
what they're
strip of
trying to do. It's like they're trying to fucking fuck
Yeah.
you over bad.
That's kind
They're
of funny
just so
though.
hype about it. They're like, yes.
It's sort of like
We're
how
gonna get
Papa
him this
John's
time.
would put jalapeno peppers in the pizza.
Yeah.
Dude,
you
I bet
remember
people have been fired from Chinese places for not putting peppers in there. Dude, like you got the fucking thing done, and you're like, all
They're
right,
just
here we
like
go.
this-
And then somebody's like, no, wait, the pepper. They got
They're just it's a
pepper.
they're just like it's a kid's meal. It's like pepper.
Yeah.
it's a happy
Throws
meal.
5 in there.
He like like the customer like leaves with their food and he chases them out with a fistful of fucking peppers to put it in his bag.
I got these
You
ornamental
forgot your
peppers. You're not supposed to eat them.
Oh man, what was it? Hong Kong. When Hong Kong got shut down?
Dude, they
Like,
shut
do
that
you
shit
know,
down,
Do
bro.
you know why they shut it down? Because they were putting fucking cigarette ashes in their house lo mein.
Okay. That's good.
And
Oh, Hong Kong. Oh, I thought you were talking about the
yeah,
country.
The country, yeah, they got shut down. It was a health violation so massive that they had to close the country.
I thought we were
down.
getting into like a political thing. So I was like, wait, why did Hong Kong
will.
really
I mean,
shut
but,
down?
like-
Like I was so confused.
So I found this out about 2 weeks before they shut it down because I ordered the house lo mein. And it was gray, as it is wont to be.
Definitely colorless.
And they put enough seasonings in it that it still smelled like Chinese food.
Right.
But after my first couple of bites, I was like, why the fuck does this taste like cigarette ash? And you know why? Because it was cigarette ash in my fucking food.
You know,
I got a question. I got a question though.
Person
I got a
that,
question.
I got a couple questions.
pointed
I
this
got
out.
one.
Yeah.
Did you specifically ask them not to put cigarette?
Yeah, I
ash?
guess fucking it's on me, isn't it? Yeah.
You should have like.
My bad.
You should have like. Please don't put.
Yeah.
Don't ash your cigarettes in my food, please. Like.
Yeah. I usually
You know,
do say that now.
maybe that's the cure to coronavirus.
Yes.
cigarette.
ashes. No, they closed down like 4 years ago. So
Oh, okay.
What's funny is that if it was actually the cure, we'd never fucking figure that out.
we wouldn't know. It's.
What if it's
I mean,
ornamental
yeah,
peppers?
There's no way you'd figure
What
that
if it is?
Ornamental
What if
peppers
it's
in
ornamental
it could be
peppers?
ornamental
What if it's
peppers.
those moisturizer things they put in beef jerky?
Silica packets?
Yeah.
It says specifically do not eat. That's
Yeah.
what they're keeping it in there. They're keeping the cure a secret in silica gel packets.
Then you just wake up.
Solid.
You wake up and you're in a room with all those pods from the
Yeah.
Matrix.
You know what the fucked up thing about that is, though? The fucked up
Second
thing about
time.
the silica gel packets
Yeah.
is they're completely harmless. It just says do not eat because it's not a food item.
You're not supposed to eat.
Yeah.
It usually doesn't come with food, though,
Yeah.
right?
You can eat them. And it won't kill you because they're just little plastic beads.
It does seem oddly specific that
Yeah.
they say don't eat
But
this.
it's because it's usually in like food. And they
It
get
should
that,
say like probably don't eat.
yeah.
Right, maybe don't eat this.
Yeah, maybe don't eat this.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it was toxic, they wouldn't be able to put that.
Why
in
don't-
your
why don't they
fucking
just
food.
say-
like
We we strongly
Yeah.
suggest that you do not eat this.
It should say
eater
like
discretion advised.
It would say on the bag like Jack Link's beef jerky. Silica gel packet is optional.
yes, yeah, optional silica gel packet. Can you imagine?
They do. I put it in all kinds of shit though. They put it in like t-shirt bags and
Yeah,
like
they put
fucking
it in
shoes.
all the fucking
anything that's
time.
like sealed, like
Yeah.
packaged.
Yeah, anything they're trying to keep moisture out of. That's basically the purpose that a desiccant.
I should
serves.
put them in my house, dude.
Yeah, just
Like
put them all.
I don't
over
want
it.
moisture in here. Fuck.
Yeah, that's
Yank it out.
that's how dehumidifiers work.
You just get a fucking like a kiddie
Back in
pool
the
and
day.
fill it with those packets.
yeah. Whoa.
yeah, and then when it sucks up enough moisture, you have a kiddie pool to play in.
Do they
that's
expand
how it
if
works.
when they suck up moisture?
I
They have to,
don't-
right?
They get
like
really
salt,
they
have
like-
to get salt,
like a
or
salt
something.
type situation.
Yeah, it's just Epsom
What if we had a
salts.
whole kiddie pool filled and then we just started pouring fucking?
I don't know if this is the same. I'm not sure if it's the same fucking
I see
item,
what you
but
mean.
my daughter plays with. They're called Orbeez, and they're tiny
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
like they're tiny plastic beads, and you fill it with water, and then they turn into the big fucking
I
like,
just
balls.
discovered these yesterday.
Yeah,
What do you do?
I
Like,
need to get them because
throw 'em
they're
around?
kind of like those. You remember those little dinosaur things that you throw
Like
in the
shrinky
sink?
yeah, exactly
and
like
they
that.
would expand.
Yeah.
yeah, they turn into sponges.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's
They
kind of like
just-
that.
absorb all the fucking moisture.
And it just makes no sense. Why would you ever need those? They're just...
No, you don't. I mean, like, they use them in, like, some kinds of, like, potpourri. Like, they absorb up all of, like, the sweet-smelling liquid, and then they put them in, like cute little jars.
Yeah, like those
Are they
sticks.
cute,
I like
though?
the
Seen 'em,
sticks.
yeah.
That's what I used to use.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen
They
them.
were
They're all over the place.
Yeah, potpourri.
You'd be surprised how much of your life runs on Orbeez.
Yeah.
It's honestly
No, most
insane.
people don't think about it.
Yeah,
You know?
we're transitioning to an Orby-based economy. It's really the best.
They're gonna start
Everybody
playing,
thinks
they're
it's
gonna start
gonna
playing
be,
hockey on frozen Orbeez.
Everybody thinks it's going to be fucking Bitcoin
So
and
it's
shit.
just the worst terrain possible.
Yeah, dude,
for
it's
ice
just
skating.
gravel.
Do you think that would ever happen though? Like we would ever use like a Kraft mac and cheese or some shit for like as currency?
Can you
Like, if we
imagine how
turned it in?
fucking wasteful that is?
Because they used bottle caps in Fallout, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we lean more towards the post-apocalyptic future,
Right, that's pretty-
yeah, we'll have to find some sort of solution that
And it's
isn't
pretty-
like,
it's pretty
you know,
likely.
ones and zeros. I think, and honestly, like I do believe this, that we actually are moving toward like more widespread cryptocurrency, like
It seems
adoption.
it seems more likely now than ever. I think.
Like it's kind
Still-
of necessary. You need like some sort of like non-contact solution. And
I think what they would do is just make the dollar a cryptocurrency
Yes.
itself.
yeah, well,
Because I mean,
that's-
half the time right now, everything you do is online banking and shit anyway. So you're kind of already using a cryptocurrency
Right.
in a weird way.
there's
There's no physical like
yeah.
you don't ever have. I don't ever have cash like ever.
There are security issues with that. Like there's just a lot of like they don't have it ready yet, at
Right.
least as far as we know. And also like there's inefficiencies with like Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin can only do, I think it's like 8 transactions a minute, whereas like there are other cryptocurrencies out there that are already like serving as like the fundamental base for like larger countries' currencies. It's like doing all the back end stuff.
So
And it does like 1,500 transactions. Did I say a minute? I meant a second.
Yeah,
so like
per second.
1,500 transactions a second.
That's wild.
Which is insane. But like, you know, the framework is already there.
right, like I said, we're already kind of moving towards it anyway. In that we online bank in the first place, and
Yeah.
I think there's a sketchy, like. I don't know. It is a sketchy idea that we all pretty much use online bank. Like if you open a bank account, you're basically already using
Right.
digital banking the second you open your bank account nowadays.
Yeah.
So people can access your account, and so if they could do it, like it seems like it would be an easier thing to do than to break in your house and steal your fucking safe,
Right,
your wall
yeah.
safe or some shit.
Yeah. Like a lot of the issue with like a lot of like the push toward cryptocurrency is like they're like Ripple, for example, or Ethereum. Like a lot of these like cryptocurrencies are non-falsifiable transactions, so you can't really steal it without having some sort of like acknowledged contract. So like that's a lot of it, but
Right.
also like there's no way we're going to actually transition to cryptocurrency unless it's like you basically agree to be tracked by the government 100% of the time.
Sure. And people, in some ways, you would want to be able to see like, you would want direct access to like where politicians are getting money from too,
Yep.
to be able to trace that kind of shit and like be like, oh, this guy's getting funded by this. Fuck this guy.
Yep.
He's clearly out to do this and this and this for this company because they're paying him.
Yeah.
Like it would be nice to be able to see those things. And we should be able to see those things anyway.
Yeah.
But people don't like the idea of having all of their transactions posted. Dude, it's weird. Like if you scroll through like Venmo or something like that, there's a feed. And it shows like all of your friends that are like paying other people.
I stopped using Venmo because of that, because there's no way you can have your transactions private, but the other person will still be able to see any transactions between the two of you. And I just find that so fucking weird.
That is really weird.
Like, yeah, I stopped using that.
Yeah, like
I like Cash
rarely
App.
use
Cash
it.
App doesn't keep a
Cash
log.
App's cool. I mean, you can also buy Bitcoin through the Cash App
Yeah.
too. But like Bitcoin's expensive as shit now.
It's 10.8 right now,
Yeah.
which is fucking wild to me.
$10,800.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing about Bitcoin that sketches me out.
Damn, dude, I probably would sell the shit out of it though if I had Bitcoin, right?
Oh yeah, dude, I'd sell it right now. I would Well, also,
I wonder if I have Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I feel like I might have bought
I'd
some.
sell it like as soon as possible. Because like one, there's a lot of institutional interest in cryptocurrency right now, and the
Right.
way the Bitcoin ledger works is if you own 51% of all circulating Bitcoin, you can choose to fork the blockchain and make the previous fork completely worthless. So you can basically split off that blockchain and make like 49% of the blockchain functionally worthless.
Right.
So it's like all you need, and it's I think I watched a video
Bro.
recently where they said it's $200 million to do that, which is nothing to a lot of like large banks and shit. It's functionally nothing.
Right, yeah.
So it's like you get like a huge institutional power decides to buy up 51% of Bitcoin, forks it, and makes everyone else's Bitcoin worthless. Then they control the entire blockchain of Bitcoin.
Right. That
is sketchy.
dystopian.
The transition
That's freaky.
to cryptocurrency is what's scary because of the fuckiness that can go on in that period of time. So like, I mean, I made 3 cents apparently off of Bitcoin, which is pretty good. That's in the green, dude. That's profit margin.
That's a good point.
I think I just was fucking around with the app and I was like, I'm just gonna buy $1 of Bitcoin, see what I do, what happens with it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I got $1.03. That's good.
It's definitely the market is definitely interesting right now. I got into cryptocurrency right at the tail end of the 2017 pump, which, like, for example, Ripple, I think, was selling for 0.5 cent toward the end of 2017, and it went up to $3. If I had bought like $100 worth of Ripple like a week before I got into cryptocurrency, it would be like millions.
It's the same
That's
idea
fucked.
as playing the stock market, right?
Yep.
You're
You can't
basically
time
just
the
putting
market.
your stock into this company's going to go, or this product's going to take off. Is essentially what it is. You're saying Bitcoin is this product. It's going to take off and become the fucking the main
The
currency.
only two things that are really holding back the crypto space right now is
security is one for sure.
security, and the fact that there's no real, I mean, they're working on it, but there's no real
backing.
Clarity from the SEC. There's no laws written about it.
Right.
So like we don't know what we could actually do with this space until the SEC says, "Oh, this is security, or this is a commodity, or this is actually a currency." They can't,
Right, because I guess the dollar isn't really backed by anything either, technically.
Right. We're still at like the very nascent trade aspect of it, as opposed to like, I can actually pay someone with this.
The only value is what we have placed on it, which it is just a trade piece.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like every transaction, is literally just a trade. You're just going, I'll give you this. You give me that. You give me that foot-long sub. Here's a couple pieces of paper or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, man. It's a weird thing, when you think about it objectively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of how our monetary system works right now,
Right.
The only reason the dollar exists, the government only produces money so that it can tax it back out of you. That's the only reason that the dollar exists, is so that the government can get a cut of everything that happens in this country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they want, dude. They gotta make money somehow, bro. But
Taxes also help
the government
do stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's true.
No,
It's cool.
exactly. No, I mean, I'm not anti-tax.
No. I'm saying it's like oh yeah, we're gonna print money so we can get a cut of it, so we can also do what we want to do.
Yep.
It was
It's
weird
kind of
that
funny when you think about
it was also weird that we had tariffs, and then we go, well, we don't want tariffs. Let's start taxing people, and then we go, how about tariffs? And then and then we're like, oh well, let's just have both.
Yeah.
I like.
We
I
need a
think
little bit of
tariff.
both, no
Tariff's a
matter
way
what,
cooler word, man.
Yeah.
Tariff is cool. It's got
tariff is a better word than tax.
it's got a lot of R's and F's, dude. It does have it almost has too many R's and F's.
It's
Doesn't have a lot. There's
like
not a lot of.
choose-
There's
choose
not a lot
one
of.
letter to
You know,
have two of.
is there another
Yeah.
word? I mean, I guess sheriff rhymes with tariff, but sheriff is also a cool sounding word.
Also has 2 R's and 2 F's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a weird language, man.
Yeah.
Like Polish and Polish. They're the same.
They're
Fucking,
the same word. It's just one ideally would have a capital P.
yeah. Well, ideally, but nowadays it's like people typing online and shit. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. there, and there.
Yeah, man. I
Let's
wrote
see,
some
Grandpa.
stuff down that I wanted to mention.
Oh, I have a bunch of stuff, man.
you
Yo,
know what
I did want to talk about how fucking hilarious the Trump rallies are, because they are packed full of people with
Literally
like, and
killed
half of
Herman
them don't have masks,
Yep.
and it's just like
Herman Cain was his
jam-packed.
name,
Yeah.
and we better ride that train.
I just was like looking at it like, holy shit, are we still in this pandemic, or is this guy just like he doesn't care? I
He
guess
does not care. He doesn't care. It
so
matters
wild.
so little to him. Like
It's so funny though.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, dude. Like, let me see. I think I had
hate
it
that.
in
That's
the
not
notes.
good.
I have it in. I think I have images of it in my notes app thing. Yeah, look at that. Look at how packed that shit is.
Good for him.
That's so terrifying.
And if you like
fucked
zoom in
up.
on the pictures, it's like half of these people don't have masks. At least wear a mask,
They
man.
probably can't afford them.
Well,
They're really cheap. They just it is a strictly ideological.
like it does look like a fucking music festival, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like with the venue and shit like that he's got, and like all the scenery, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's getting closer to election
that
day,
is
so
fucking insane.
it doesn't surprise me that he has more people coming out like closer to his election.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, for the longest time, people were hesitant to acknowledge that they, supported him.
Yeah.
But now he's been doing this for so long, and like he's probably gonna get a fucking second term.
The thing that freaks me out is that 99% of the people that I know that liked him that voted for him can't stand him anymore. So I'm like, how is he still?
Well,
Like I
I
don't know
don't know.
anybody that's turned to him.
yeah.
That's my whole.
Turned to him, you mean?
He knows how to spin it. Like,
Well, he's very
Like,
good at dismissing everything.
he's
Like
very
everything is
easily
like,
lost support,
dude,
but-
it's like he's got that spray, like that water resistant spray that just makes everything beat up, and then it just the fucking all the critics come onto him and shit, and then it just speeds up and rolls right off of him.
he just
like
doesn't-
he doesn't.
it
and
doesn't
it's-
register to him at all.
even if it did, all he has to do is go fake news or like fucking these catchphrases that he has, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, the people that have voted for him, they don't want to be wrong, of course. Like, I feel like they just feel like, I don't know. I think he's hypnotizing in a lot of ways. I don't know how popular of an opinion that is, but when you hear him talk, like, he definitely seems somewhat hypnotizing and like convincing. Like, he's a good talker in a weird
The way
way.
that he answers his questions is always a matter of
It's a
sleight of hand.
redirect.
It's like it's fucking 3-card Monty.
Sure.
He's just constantly redirecting the conversation away from a criticism towards something that he and his supporters perceive as something he did correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting to watch in a weird way, but you're also like, fucking what? That's the president,
Yeah.
though.
I'm like, if he wins,
Even if he doesn't win, right? Like, all the shit that they're talking about now is like he's trying to like bypass election results and shit. So even if he doesn't win, he's
Right.
like, he's saying there's not going to be like a peaceful passing of
yeah, he
power.
won't commit to it.
Like,
He won't commit to a peaceful transition of power.
how do people that follow him not see that as a red flag, though?
Because they follow him, and he has built up this cult following.
It is a cult following in a weird way. But what I don't understand is how can any logical person, though, and there are logical people that are Trump supporters, like I've experienced it, but how do they not go, like, put two and two together and go, oh, he doesn't want to give up presidency even if he loses?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's him searching to be a fucking dictator.
I think the general political conversation, I think we have to raise the threshold for what we consider a logical person.
Sure.
You know, I think we really do have to like look at someone and say like, okay, these are the facts, and if you cannot grasp them, you are not grasping logic. You're not following along.
And I always
logical lines.
I feel like there probably should be an IQ test of some sort to vote.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
it kind of is against the idea of it, right?
I think that's fucking stupid.
But
an IQ test to vote?
Maybe not an IQ test, but some sort
like
of
a history test.
Yeah, you should.
Not even a history, just like a fucking. But then all of a sudden you're like,
comprehension.
okay, so then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, who's writing the questions?
Yeah.
Are they going to be objective answers?
Sure. I just would want some sort of semblance of like knowing that the people that are choosing who runs this country are somewhat aware of what the fuck they're talking about.
Yes.
Like, I don't want just fucking some hick that fucking just doesn't know shit and he knows he likes America to be like, yeah, fucking, I'm voting for Donald Trump. I know how to fill in this bubble.
I don't think that's fair.
I think that it's less a conversation of like lowering the glass ceiling and more a conversation of like raising the floor of the way that we educate people and fact check politicians.
Yeah, and there's like this weird thing, like you realize like how dumb America actually is, how dumb most people are, and that's scary. Yeah. And then it's the same people that go like, oh, it's the dumbing down of America. Well, what are you talking about? They were already dumb because.
The fucked up thing is like, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Democrats by any stretch, but I will never vote for a fucking Republican because they actually want me dead.
They've also been
like, I just think that it's so hilarious to me that these are functionally the stupidest people voting in this country, or the richest. Well, like, it's either the dipshits or the really fucking smart people who vote red. Because they like not even necessarily the smartest people, but the richest people. Because the policies of the Democrats,
it's kind of the idea of the Republican Party too, though. Is it does support that sort of like the wealth and like it supports. I don't know. That's the thing is like money is really the whole driving factor.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah,
but there's no really good party in this system that we have right now.
Nope. Yeah,
like they're too binary and it's way too like far apart. Like they're two completely different things.
Yeah,
and that was a good thing because they balanced each other out.
Yeah,
but like when one starts to take hold, it's like a problem because the other starts to get extreme. Yeah. And you see that like the left is just fucking out of their minds because they just don't fucking like Trump, which. And I think it's an overcorrection too. Yeah. I think a lot of the shit they're doing is fucking stupid. And it makes them look bad. And that's not good.
Do you know the term Overton window?
No.
So basically what an Overton window is like the gestalt of what is appropriate to discuss in politics. And like you can have a very narrow Overton window like we have in the United States, or you can have a very wide Overton window like they have in Denmark, for example. But when people say the left in America, they're usually referring to people who are just
far left.
No, like
from what I see, like
Democrats,
right?
Like,
right.
But they're not.
From what
leftists.
I see now is like, yeah. That's the thing is like this weird association between the two.
Yeah,
like you can't be just a leftist.
Yeah.
You have to be a Democrat, and Democrat is demonized, and Democrat is now socialist is the same thing as Democrat now. Like people are fucking
to people like the second you vote Democrat, you're a socialist lunatic. Right. It's so fucking hilarious to me that they said like Bernie's a socialist, and we need to like the Democrats were like, oh, Bernie's a socialist, they'll never elect a socialist, he's not electable, and like actual leftists were like, no, Bernie's the fucking compromise. Like they're
democratic
gonna say we're socialists anyway.
Yeah.
Like let's fucking put Bernie up on it because he has the strongest populist movement that we've ever seen in this country.
But that's the thing is like he has some socialist ideas.
Yeah.
But we already have socialist ideas.
Yeah.
In this country.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's not just the government does something. Like that's not what socialism is. It's people putting taxes in to better serve everyone in the country.
People associate it with like just they go, oh well, you just want the government to take care of you then. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. No, don't jump to that extreme. Like use some sort of nuance. Like there's no critical thinking involved in any of this shit now. It's name calling and categorizing. Mm-hmm. And that's not good. And I don't see any way. How do you how do you come back from that though? Right? Like where's the fucking ladder to climb out of this hole?
I don't think we're going to be honest with you. I think that the United States is on a very, very steep decline into fascism. Like I think that's probably
or some sort of civil war. I mean, it's just the only way. Oh fucking come on, bro! Put that shit in. Fuck.
We
are watching the Stanley Cup
was
Finals.
Talking because we were originally going to do this earlier in the week.
Game 5.
And well, we didn't do it Monday. Mm-hmm. Or Saturday, I don't remember what day. And then Seth and I were going to do it Tuesday, and I was like, we're way too fucking tired. Yeah. Because I worked at 12, and he worked like a 10 or 11 hour shift.
I was like, well, I was just fucking lifting too many bags.
Yeah.
And when you lift too many bags,
you don't want to get tired. Anything. Yeah. So I wrote down topics, and the number one thing I wanted to talk about, kind of redirecting here.
That's fine.
I feel like we settled at a pretty. We ended it at the United States is at a very steep decline.
We ended it with
into fascism.
The United States is fucked.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's it. We can't. There's no bright side to that one.
But I think what's pretty cool is that Microsoft just bought out ZeniMax.
Yeah.
Which is
Microsoft bought. Name it, and Microsoft bought it.
Well, like so, ZeniMax was Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Dishonored, Prey. What other games? There was Wolfenstein, Quake.
Yeah,
all these different IPs for $7.5 billion. And when I saw that, I read that, and I was talking to a friend of mine about it.
It's a seventh of Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. But he's just like, man, I can't believe Sony didn't do that, which led me to look up the net worth between Sony and Microsoft. And holy shit, that was like barely a drop in the bucket for Microsoft. Yeah. Microsoft is worth like $1 trillion, over $1 trillion.
Well, think about it, right? Like, so Sony makes certain appliances, but they don't have a fucking operating system for computers, right?
Right.
They also don't make a line of Microsoft Surface tablets or like phones, because Microsoft is making phones now, I believe, right? But they're using Android operating system.
Yeah.
So like they have all these other devices and shit. Sony doesn't really do that. They have like sound bars, speaker systems, TVs, like that kind of stuff.
Well, the other thing too is like Microsoft is also probably like a lot of the things that Sony makes are Microsoft probably has a hand in making.
Right.
And it's not the other way around for that at all.
Sure.
You know
think about it. Like Sony is developing games on Microsoft Windows.
Yeah.
That's another company I think you'll probably see like eventually get swallowed up by Microsoft.
Sony.
Like
that would be interesting.
Like this might be the the last one of two of
generations.
Sony's
it is
last
weird.
generations.
It's weird because Sony's having trouble this generation. It seems like like. Number one, this is a personal opinion, but I don't think the PS4 looks that great. It looks really weird and funky and shit. It kind of looks cool. Like I like the idea. PS5.
It looks like a fucking fan.
Like
it looks really. It's bladeless. It looks like a bladeless fan.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward looking. But what they did was they said that their retail games are going to be $70 or whatever, or $69.99 at launch.
That's crazy to me. I would not spend that much.
So now all of a sudden you have $70 games coming out for this console, when you can just buy an Xbox and get a Game Pass for a way cheaper amount and with the shit that they're buying up, like you can't really go wrong with it. I don't think.
No,
Yeah.
especially because if you have Game Pass, you get automatic discounts on anything that's on there. So if you're like, oh shit, like Alien Isolation is getting off of Game Pass next week. If I buy it now, it's half off.
Right.
And then, because most of the games that I bought now are through Game Pass.
Plus, they've done a good job at integrating with PC gaming as well.
Yeah, that's the sickest
streaming,
thing.
mobile streaming, like on your phone. It's like they really have like made a bunch of moves that like Sony hasn't seemed to try to even match.
I think the coolest thing right now is the fact that if you play games on Xbox on PC. It's the same cloud saves as the
all
Xbox.
Your shit is carried
so
over,
like
dude.
I'm
so
halfway through Gears Tactics on computer. When it comes out on console, I'll
just
have
gonna
that
pick up
same
where you-
save file.
Yeah, you
And I'm
just
like, that's
cloud it
sick. I'm
over,
like,
yeah.
I'm not even gonna touch it until it comes out now.
That's why I like
That's it,
playing.
yeah.
Like I
the
play
move.
Master Chief Collection on here all the time, and then it's like if anybody wants to play on PC, I just hop over there, and then I'm on the same fucking shit with the same
Right.
It's just so,
customization
and like that's something that just blows my mind.
you would
I mean,
think
it's like Destiny. Like Destiny 2 has like the cross save feature too.
yeah, that's awesome.
Like,
Thing is like the thing is with Destiny you have to buy the expansions to play them. You can still play your character, but you would like if I go to PC and I don't have the 2 expansions on there, I can't use them. Still can play my character, but I can't use those maps and parts of it or whatever. But Game Pass is gonna have all that shit, which is nice. So if you have
Destiny
Game Pass
2 actually just came out. Destiny 2
if you have
Forsaken.
Game Pass, all of the expansions are free with your Game Pass. So it's like that's wicked cool. But this is one of
that
the
makes
first
you
times
want to like get back into it. Honestly.
it's one of the first times I've ever like woke up to get a pre-order.
yeah.
Like because I was like first of all I was off that day anyway, and I was like whatever, I'll get up for an hour or something to try and get in. I expected to get up, open it, and be like, oh, they're live, order. Nah. Like I was like on fucking Microsoft.com for a while, like trying to like get the cart to fucking load, and it was like taking forever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep refreshing Amazon as well. 45 minutes later or something, Amazon page finally pops up. Instantly, I'm like, take my money, and then like
Yeah, it's probably tons of dudes were doing the same thing as you at the same time. Their
yeah.
servers were probably just crammed shut.
and they didn't have a huge stock. And Sony's, the PS5 sold out fast too. So it's like,
Didn't Sony also Sony stopped making films too, right? Like
maybe,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure like So
but they kept they kept all the
Sony.
licensing rights though.
Of course
But you
they
would
did.
think like if that's the case, they would go all in on something, right?
Yeah. They would just commit to something.
And it seems like Microsoft is going all in.
Yeah.
I think this is the biggest thing that I was reading was that like Sony is gonna kind of be like Nintendo, where people are gonna be only buying the PlayStation for their
right.
exclusives.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Sony's this is probably one of 2 of Sony's last generations, and I think that we're gonna start seeing the end of like licensing exclusives relatively soon here because
that shit's
Microsoft is
so
buying
annoying.
up so
Yeah,
much
and the
shit.
show is coming to fucking Xbox.
Yeah,
so
which is
it's-
awesome. I'm just like,
we
so
talked
now
about the show the last time we
We
fucking
did.
like the first time I was ever on your podcast. We
but
talked
that
about
that
fun game.
PS4 is the only reason. That's the only reason I have that
MLB.
PS4 is that game. So as soon as the Series X comes in, that can go, and then the PS4 can go as soon as the show 21 comes out. Yeah, and all I'll need is the Series X, and that's it.
Well,
Which is
for
wicked
real.
cool. Like I don't know. I had to pay way too much for that PS4. I had to pay like $200 or $300 just to play the show,
yeah.
and that's bad. Like, especially when it's the
Yes!
only baseball game
The Star Score.
in a fucking.
Sorry, I totally screamed.
That's big though. That's
That is
big.
big.
But
Corey Perry, nice dude.
but it's like you can't really. The only other baseball game was Super Mega Baseball.
which is also a wicked good game.
It's a great game, but
It's
it's not a
fucking awesome.
simulation like baseball game, and that's
Right.
what people want if they're baseball fans. So if you're a baseball fan, you only have an Xbox, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah,
I want
like
I want an open world baseball game.
That's what they should do, dude. You just walk around with a bat and balls fly at you every once in a while,
the concept of it.
Dude, it
It'll
has
be
it
like-
has dude, it has VATs though, so like you can target the baseball.
It's like No, it's like how fucking Forza, the right like racing games like Gran Turismo, you would drive to an area and do a race. For the open world baseball game, you just walk to a baseball diamond and you just play pickup baseball. You just play pickup baseball all over the country.
Baseball players like real fucking lives in like an open world setting.
Yeah,
and
like you that have shit
to,
in
you have to like catch the plane and shit to get to your game on time.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Dude. You just like you go through an actual real time career as a baseball player.
Yep.
Yeah, you could be like that. You could be like that player from the White Sox and get fired because you keep inviting your kid to the dugout.
Yeah. And you have to like hang out with the honeys after the game, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what I was hoping that they would do with when Madden came out with the story mode.
Dude, yeah, that'd be sick if you could like jack off in your hotel and stuff before the game.
Just feel like it was disappointing. I just
negotiate with a prostitute.
Did you play the new one?
The new Madden?
Did you play the
Fucking no. I'm still playing 19, dude.
I actually will never play a sports game.
I'm literally playing the Madden from 2 years ago still. Like I haven't. I can't.
The newest one, like the story is oh my god, it's so
how bad is it?
It's
fucking
hilarious.
Tell me.
You start off in high school.
Amazing. I'm in.
You have to do it. You have to do it. It's so cringy.
They give you a backstory as in a Madden game?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
And so all of the high schools you can pick from are logos that they've already had, like they're all the relocation teams.
Oh yeah, right. Like the Knights and the fucking Wildebeests and the Lumberjacks.
You go in as a quarterback and like the kid that's already the quarterback is like pretty good, right? But he's got a heart problem, okay? He's got a heart problem. So he keeps getting fucked over, like he can't play because of his heart problem. He goes out and like they're getting crushed by a lot. And then you go, okay, well, I come in and then I throw 7 touchdowns or some bullshit, right? And then we win the game. And then the next week they're like, you know what? We'll put the kid with the heart problem in and we'll keep starting him. So he keeps getting like all these opportunities over you. National championship game in college. He's still playing with you. You pick your college and then he goes, yep, same college.
Oh my God.
And then he goes, I'm going to follow you and make your life miserable for no reason. For no reason at all. He could have just gone to a different college and been a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
He follows you, and then he's the starter still because the coach is still like, the kid has a heart problem. Gotta play him. Have to play him.
It's the coach like follows you too. He's also the same coach.
He's like, college, this one, yes.
Yeah.
It's just Mr. Canale. Like,
and again, in the national championship game, he's like losing and shit, and you like kick ass, 15 touchdown passes. And then
describing this, it sounds like it's not just like
it doesn't
football.
matter.
Like, it's also like an open world fucking experience.
It's a nightmare, though. Because, like, it doesn't matter what you do. You could literally set world records. And they'd still be like, kid with a heart problem, you're in.
Does he make it to the NFL?
I think he does.
Fucking way.
I think he does, yeah.
No,
that's such bullshit.
So like, that's worse than the story from last year. But the story from last year you're going to love. Because I just did this one. So you play in you're a high school quarterback, and it's your senior year, and you're the number 1 quarterback in the country, and you can go to any school, but you can only pick from 8 because EA can only get the rights to 8 schools. So you pick your school, and then it's like, welcome to the team, and you shake your hand, you shake the coach's hand, and like, oh yeah, Florida just signed the best quarterback of all time in high school,
and then you don't
play at all until the very last season. And it's a fucking real newscast of of ESPN or NFL Network that's like, what's going on with this guy? He was the number 1 quarterback and he's never seen the field. And the next person immediately goes, I don't know, Jim. He's just not that good. And it's like, I've never played. Yeah. Like I thought I was like fucking hammered when I first played it.
A lot of fucking mixed signals.
Because I was like, when it's like, yeah, he's never played it down. I'm thinking, okay, this is my first game. And then the title screen pops up and it says National Championship game, Dallas, Texas. And I'm like, okay. So you play in the semifinal, and then if you win the semifinal, after the game, you meet a little girl with cancer. And I'm not kidding. She's like, what are you going to do?
I need you to throw 4 touchdown
it's
passes
like you
or
either,
I die.
Yeah. It's like if you either throw 4 touchdown passes or you run for 4 or something like that.
It's like that episode of South Park where like the kid that's dying tells Stan to score like 6 goals or some stupid bullshit
Against the Red
or like
Wings.
and like
Just don't lose or something.
Yeah, and like they tie and the kid's cancer is tied apparently.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so so you meet the girl with cancer, you do the thing for her, and then you just in the game. It's just a regular Madden franchise, but you're just the quarterback. But after every game, she will fucking tweet at you and talk shit if you played bad. What? It's the weirdest thing in the world because she's the only character that talks to you. You meet like 8 or 9 characters throughout the beginning story, but she's the only one that calls you.
It's like you gotta have the cancer kid. Why is there always a fucking physical illness of some sort in their games? They're like, well, we did the cancer kid. How about the kid with the heart problem? We'll do that this year. What are they gonna do next year, dude? Like, what the fuck? They're running out of ailments.
That's so weird to me.
It's because they just don't want to put the time into it. So like they take all the
can't.
cliches and
I guess I get it because like I can't on a good day bring myself to give a single fuck about sports.
Right.
I just can't do it. But like,
if there was like a story mode attached to it,
it makes sense that they would like put like a character in there that you can like at least like feel bad for.
Yeah.
You know. But
like some immersion.
Can't. Yeah.
Well, the first one
because like with this, you don't even feel like at first you feel bad for the kid because you're like, oh, he has a heart issue. Okay, let him play or whatever. And then he fucking follows you to college.
That part kind of freaks me out.
Like,
I feel like it'd be cooler if he went to like your
vaguely,
rival. Like if you went to Michigan, he'd go to like Ohio State.
Yeah.
that's what they should have done.
That's what they should have done. I thought the original story mode they did where you play as Owen Wade or whatever, and it's like,
and then you got the other kid there.
yeah, Cole
Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
Are these actual football players?
No, they're just from the story mode.
Okay, so you remember the names of fictional football players.
Yeah.
From a Madden
Well,
game.
it's weird because like
Yeah,
it's like, dude, it's crazy though. Not, like,
we do.
dude, it's weird though. Nowadays, like these games don't like a lot of games, they'll have an actual actor in these suits and they'll scan their face and it's a straight up actor. So like when you see that guy in like a live action film, you're like, where do I know that guy from? Like almost as if you've seen like a movie with him in
It's
it.
weird, man.
And you're like, oh
they
shit, he
look
was in
wicked
Madden.
good. Like,
I can't bring myself to give a shit.
but I thought
Dude,
the
Battlefront 2 had that one chick, and she was in some other shit that I had seen before.
the chick from Game of Thrones.
It could have.
I don't know.
I've seen that.
Winona
like,
Ryder.
I've seen like actors and actresses like that. Or
Yeah,
like,
it's
video
like-
games and shit.
And it looks legit.
But,
Dude, wasn't Kevin Spacey in one of the Call of Duty games?
Yeah,
He was like
he
the
was in
main bad guy.
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, like this is weird
Can
because
I talk about that too?
Kit
also?
Harington was- well, I just
the
wanted to
fucking,
mention one
like,
other-
Call of Duty Cold War shit.
I wanted to
Yeah.
mention one other Madden thing
Yeah.
because the first one was good. This is what we were ultimately kind of getting at. Why it's disappointing because the first one was like it's you and your best friend. You're the quarterback. He's the receiver. He's not that good. But if you manage to win by giving him the ball, you both go to the NFL together. But it's tragic because like your dad dies in a car crash and you like get arrested and it's like a redemption story. But this one's just like fucking heart
Kids got
condition.
cancer,
Kids
so-
got cancer.
Heart boy.
But Call of Duty, Cold War.
So like.
it doesn't even make any sense
Did
though.
you-
First of all, because it's a
Like,
Cold War.
I know. Call it like what
So
are you
what,
gonna
we
do?
just
Like-
stand around,
like
or-
sanction Russia? Like what are you gonna fucking do? Like
It's gotta take place.
like
There should be like
Gorbachev?
a Korean War.
But like the
game.
fucking like you can just smell the grift from a mile fucking way. Like the advertising for the thing is like they do the super cringy fucking thing where they're like, here's the message in English, but we're gonna translate it to Cyrillic so it looks spooky in Russian.
does look
And
spooky.
like
It does.
they fucking like they're basically like coasting off of this anti-communist fucking like agenda that's going on in this country right now. Everything's fucking communism, you know? But it's like they're capitalizing on that.
Dude, why
They
haven't
all
they
do
made a
that.
game where you just like shoot BLM protesters? You know what I mean? Like, that would capitalize on it. Everybody would love it. All the Trumpers would fucking love that shit, bro. They'd be shooting dudes that
fucked
like
up.
they're They're throwing Molotovs in
Call of
buildings.
Duty Kenosha.
Isn't that like a?
Well,
isn't that one fucking like top-down shooter where you're just like
Hatred.
super edgy? Yep, Hatred.
You
Yeah.
could have a
Like-
multiplayer game though, like where you are the guys throwing Molotovs into the buildings, and then there's another team that plays as
that's
cops,
actually
like
not a
Riot
bad idea.
Police,
I wouldn't mind playing a game like that.
like Riot Control type of
As
situation.
long as it's not like super fucking like campy and grifty, like
yeah.
or like too campy and grifty, where it's like they
It's like
just take
Worms.
it to
It's like the
next
Worms
fucking
game. It's
level.
like turn based.
yeah.
I like well, they did that with the most recent one, the Modern Warfare from last year, was like still fucking
Yeah.
socialism in Russia, and then it was also just like, okay, we're trying to track down this terrorist organization that's blowing up embassies, and it's like, oh, who's behind it? Like,
Yeah.
Russia
I didn't
is.
pay any attention to the Modern Warfare.
Well, like that's like the thing is like
That's-
now it's
It was wicked good. It's a great game.
Russia's not even a socialist country anymore.
No, they're just
They're straight up capitalists.
yeah.
right.
And that's the way that most countries that like claim to be communist are, except for like Vietnam, maybe.
Like I think the real
But-
thing is like there's not really a system that works. I think when you have so many people to like watch over and you're sort of like responsible for, I don't know that there's anything that works. Capitalism
Well,
has
I don't
worked
know.
for a
I thought
long
it was.
time.
I thought it was cool when like the home front games had like North Korea attack.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick.
It's like
Yeah.
what parameters constitute works.
Yeah.
Like
It's like-
what is works?
There is a finite lifespan for all of it though, I think.
Definitely. I mean, the system that we're probably going to have to transition to is going to look vastly different from anything we've ever seen, because we've already
Yeah.
gone through three huge technological revolutions.
I think we should just start making it up as we go, Just like
Well, another there's like, do you want it to be
yes.
something that keeps everybody like working, or do you want it to be something that benefits everybody?
Well, also
in
it's
a
like
meaningful way.
Yeah, and it's tough too because we're like in this transition phase of like where technology and automation and shit is coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're gonna have, in theory, you're gonna have less people working.
Yep.
So
How do you accommodate for those people? You just
right?
let them die.
Just let them die, man.
Per Ron Paul's supporters.
That's the move. Hey, if they die, you don't have to worry about them anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that hockey is like so traditional. Like they always grow beards in the playoffs, but they always shave during the regular season.
Yeah, that's classic,
Superstition
bro.
in sports is
I got playoff beard.
interesting.
My handlebars are kind of killing it still. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really fucked up. I've never met someone like younger than me with a beard that I feel is wiser.
Yeah.
I've never encountered that before. It's pretty fucking crazy. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You look like a WWE wrestler.
He does.
No, he looks like an NCW wrestler. Like,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yo,
throwing
you gotta
it
get
way
that.
the
You,
fuck back.
you gotta
Yeah,
get
I'm
one
keeping
of
the
them.
mustache indefinitely.
You gotta get those tights, bro.
I can't think of you any other way.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how thick it is. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is I had it at the perfect thickness because I had the full beard like this, and then I was like, zit, gone.
Yeah, you've definitely got it. It definitely differentiates you from the crowd. That's for sure.
Yes.
Like the mustache chin combo. It's like, it's like Henry Kissinger telling Arnold Schwarzenegger to keep his accent. Like,
Yeah.
it differentiates you.
This was another
I like that right now too.
headline that I saw
It
this
is
week that was
getting
pretty
dangerously
funny.
long though. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna turn into ponytail soon.
It says Fox News won a court case by persuasively arguing that no reasonable viewer takes Tucker Carlson seriously.
I saw that today. That was good.
Can you imagine how cynical you have to be to like know
that your base is retarded.
not just that.
They're kind
but,
of saying
like,
that most of those people, like, because most of those people that watch Fox News are gonna believe the shit that he's saying. Like,
Yes.
they don't necessarily know that he's like, even if he's not playing. is he playing a character is the question.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like
He is playing a
chances are he is.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones, right? Like
Or Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Stephen A.
that's how
Smith.
that's how they get past like straight up fucking lying, because like Tucker Carlson on his news show isn't Tucker Carlson the person. He's Tucker
Right.
Carlson the character.
And the fact that you can just go, like, you can just say all this wild shit and then just go, well, it's not really what I was saying.
So that's the thing is, I don't think anybody. I think this was inevitable because I remember when we were younger, like it was voted year after year that like the Daily Show and the Colbert Report were voted the most trustworthy, or not the most trustworthy, but like the most trusted news source.
Right, you
Yeah.
Was
got
fucking
information
satire.
And like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it was actually voted more trustworthy than the news show that Tucker Carlson had on CNN.
That's what
When
it
he was working what was it called? A fucking Counterpoint or some shit.
Yeah.
It's basically like they would get a middle Democrat and a middle Republican and just have them fucking argue, and that was it. Like, so they had Jon Stewart on, and Jon Stewart basically was like, please stop this show, like end this show. Like, he basically advocated for the cancellation of the show that he was on at the time. Like, it's so fucking bad for America to
Well,
have
to
characters be fucking
and
newscasters.
and it's kind of unavoidable at this point, based on the nature of these stations, right? So like they're the same as TBS, right? So like they're just competing for ratings.
Right.
So all you're trying to do is put programming on that gets people to watch and like sensationalize things and like
Yeah.
that's what it is to keep people engaged in watching. And it's the same with social media and shit. Like they're just throwing shit at you that you get mad at so that you engage with it. And I watched this fucking thing on Netflix. Have you seen that? What the fuck is it called? Social
The Social Dilemma.
Yeah. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You look at that shit and you go, well, that is guaranteed all true. The way that shit works.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we didn't already fucking know
Right.
that shit.
But the way
And
they
it's-
packaged all that and like
Yeah.
put that in there and like they just go, okay. And it makes you not want to use social media at all. And there's one image in that fucking thing where that I can't ever get out of my head every time I scroll through a feed is like the timer that they had running on every post. So like when you start looking at a post, there's a timer that starts in the background
it
basically.
seems like
So
you're
that
most
that
likely
data
to
is
stop
sent
on
to that algorithm so that they know like, oh, he paid attention to this for this long. Let's send him more of that. And like, hey, he's been on for the average amount of time he's usually on. Stop sending him ads so that he'll continue to scroll.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a crazy thing. Like, these algorithms are so complicated and like perfected and designed to keep you addicted.
That really freaks me out. I hate that YouTube does that because
Yeah.
there's like
Well, dude, even Facebook's got like this thing now. Like, you get on Facebook and you know how you have the little red dot? That shit sends you some signals where you're like, I gotta check out what that is. But they send you the dot, like notification dot, on the videos tab. So like you go to the videos and you go, oh, there's a bunch of new videos. I gotta scroll
Jerry
through all these.
Seinfeld had a bit about that before Facebook was even a thing, talking about how like when answering machines came out and everyone was out of the house all day, they'd come home and be like, I wonder if I have any voicemails. And they weren't excited about the voicemails. They were excited that somebody was like paying attention to them.
Right.
And he's like, you don't even pay attention to the voicemails. You just hope you come home and have that
you
little
get
Our
that
brains
some
are,
sort
our
of-
brains are
light.
wired for social cohesion, and this is like the format through which we have been like conditioned to,
Right.
relate to other people socially.
It's like a gratification thing where like when you post something on Facebook, like I think it seems like now the objective is like just to get likes for it. And in a way there's not anything wrong with it, but like I don't know. It just seems like an odd way to satisfy your like satiate your need for attention.
Yeah.
And I think is what it comes down to is attention. In a weird, in a strange way.
Yeah, it's just it's stimulating you. And it's like it's the primary way that most people get like their dopamine now.
Yeah.
It's like
And it's like I got rid of a lot of the social media like on my home screen, and it really like is surprisingly helps you get off of it. Like, I mean, optimally you would just uninstall it, but like,
I got rid of Instagram and Snapchat yesterday.
Because like when you open your phone, if it's right there, you're just gonna click it.
Well, yeah.
I don't have anybody on fucking Snapchat.
Snapchat is a nightmare. It's the worst.
That's the thing is like
don't know how anybody uses it.
90% of the time I was only going on Instagram or Snapchat to see what other people were doing, and I was never posting. And I was like, I was like, okay, I message people on Snapchat, but if I really want to talk to this person, I'll just text them. Yeah.
Like my only posts on Instagram are just me playing random songs on guitar.
I don't think I posted in like over a year. I'm not even kidding.
And then, I mean, really the only, like most of the social media I do is for this. That's it, for promotion for this.
Yeah, that's like the thing about like my Instagram feed is like it does suck me in because my Instagram feed is nothing but guitar stuff and memes and naked people. That's it.
Sure.
You know, I'm just constantly scrolling.
That's life,
That's the thing is I'm always on Reddit though. Like I'm literally never
on Reddit.
I'm on constantly because I'm just always reading shit.
And it's crazy because Reddit does the same thing. Like I find that like if I engage with certain posts, like they're gonna show you that subreddit in your feed, like a lot more.
Oh, I never go through like my front page. I like pretty much scroll through every sports subreddit, and then every video game subreddit, and then back to sports, or pretty much just sports. Now I think about it.
This is gonna be abrupt, but I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna wrap it up around 9 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because we're gonna watch the fights here. So
yeah, I'm gonna go over to Wessing or to Christie's house.
Yeah.
Hang out with them. But
okay. Well, yeah.
We could pick this up at a part 2 at a later date if you want.
We could.
We can just have you on
theoretically.
again,
Yeah.
easily.
We could do that. I don't know how long we've been going for. Probably
Like an hour, a little over an
something
hour,
like that.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, man. I'm sorry I have to leave so
You're
good.
prematurely.
Yeah,
Our conversations always like tend to like ramp up at like the 2-hour mark. So,
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I mean, like I don't know. It's like I feel like tonight was packed anyway with the fights going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I kind of wanted to watch this as well a little bit. But yeah, like we've had you on in person before, right?
Yeah.
Like
I've
at
never
least a
been
couple times.
here. I've never been in this building.
Right.
When you were living at the.
We've had him on
the
like
other
2 or
place
3
that was
times.
there.
But then you
'Cause
were
we
also,
did this-
you were
a
also
bunch
on
of the
most of our
online
Skype ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, like right now we don't have like a schedule for these. Like we haven't been on schedule in a long time.
Yeah, it pretty much the way that work is for me right now is my schedule is going back to being made weekly, and it's pretty much if I'm working, I'm not doing the show because I don't get out until like 8, either like 7 or 11.
Right.
So, and then one night a week is D&D usually, unless I'm working.
So yeah, it's like there's no set dates. Don't like commit to a certain date if you're like listening to this and like I don't know if you got used to Wednesdays or whatever. So this will be out Monday, and then whenever we fucking do the next one, you know what I mean? That's the cool thing about actually like it's about podcasting is you can kind of just do it.
Yeah, you just,
Right. Yeah.
just swing it.
All right. So we'll talk to you guys soon.
Trans rights.
Shout out to trans rights, bro. Trump for prez and
Yeah, it's just two completely.
Also,
Vote
David
blue no matter
also
I gotta go.
David Ortiz did steroids.
yeah. All right. Talk to you guys later. ClearShotsPodcast.com is where you'll find links to everything we do. You can check us out on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check us out on Periscope for live videos. If you have anything you want to ask us, send us an email at clearshotspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. We will see you next time.